Now let's talk about the other group of basic terms and the definition of clinical anatomy from 31 to 40. I will start from the first word, that is syndrome. So syndrome is actually a group of diverse symptoms and signs constituting together to the picture of a disease. Like it's a group of diverse symptoms and signs. We have already talked about what means symptom and sign. You can check that out in other videos. But you can say that syndrome means diverse, or you can say group of diverse symptom and signs. All right, this is about the syndrome. And now I talk about the paralysis. So what is paralysis? So it's actually loss of motor power of a part of body due to denervation or primary disease of the muscle. So it's actually, paralysis means loss of motor power. So what is motor power? All right, what does that mean, the loss of motor power? Our nervous system has actually, and basically if you read something in the nervous system, we have got sensory power and we have got motor power. This is sensory, this is motor power. So for example, if I touch you, the sensation you feel, sensation, word sense, means the information that is going to be taken from here to the brain is taken up by the nerve called the sensory nerves. And again, when in return, the message that the brain replies through a nerve which is called the motor nerve. For example, if something hot object touches me over here, that's the sense that I feel is through the sensory nerve, and the reply or the information or action that I do is due to the motor nerve. I'll immediately remove my hand. So this is due to the motor power. So in paralysis, there's a loss of motor power. Like you feel the sensation, but you are not able to respond to it. So this is about the paralysis. Now let's talk about the hemiplegia. So hemiplegia is actually the paralysis of one half of the body. You must have heard of the people who their body is paralyzed in half. Sometimes they sleep at night, get a bath and then sleep in the cold room, and they get hemiplegia. A lot of time that occurs. So you can say it's a paralysis of the one half of the body. One half of body. Again, in the second hand, we have got the paraplegia, which means the paralysis of both the lower limbs. Like your both lower limbs are paralyzed. So paralysis of both lower limbs. Like lower limbs means your legs, all right? You're medical, so you understand that. But in the case of the monoplegia, paralysis of only one limb, like only one of your limb will be paralyzed. So that's why it's called mono. Mono means one. So monoplegia, paralysis of one limb. So it could be upper limb, it could be your lower limb, doesn't that matter. But that's a proper word. You can use the monoplegia. But other thing, which means quadriplegia, which is also quadri means four. Quadri means four, so plegia means paralysis. So there is the paralysis of all four limbs. You can say that your upper and both of your lower limbs. Now this is all about the paraplegia and the plegia thing, like paralysis. Now let's talk about the anesthesia. Probably you have heard of the anesthesia, but anesthetist is coming and checking on the patient and giving him anesthesia. So in case of anesthesia, the easy word would be it's kind of loss of sensation. So you don't sense anything. For example, if I give you anesthesia over here, so you won't be sensing anything, you won't be feeling anything. It's due to the anesthesia. Again, another word we have got the analgesia, so which means loss of pain, pain stability, or you can say loss of pain and sensibility. You won't sense the sense. I'm sorry, where I'm writing it. Analgesia, probably. Sense loss of pain. I'm sorry. It's you won't be feeling pain because of the loss of that. You won't be loss of sensibility. That's called the analgesia. Right. Again, we have got another word which is thermal anesthesia. So thermal anesthesia, which means loss of the temperature sensibility. You won't sense the temperature. So that's is term anesthesia. Term means heat or the temperature, and anesthesia means anesthesia, which is a loss of sensation. And again, in the end, we have got hyperesthesia. It's not anesthesia, it's hyperesthesia, which means the abnormal increased sensibility. So I would think that's a good thing, like you feel a lot, like your sensibility, abnormally increased, but it's abnormal. So you would say that abnormal increase of sensibility. All right, so this is your hyperesthesia.